Hey everybody. Today I wanted to tell you about Wisdom of the Orishas. Well, this is a book that I published. It talks about the history of the Orisha faith, but it specifically is talking about the Lagoon, the Cowrie shell system. So let's talk about it. The name Lagoon basically means 20 minus 4, which means 16. This is a 16 cowrie shell system of divination that you'll find in Orisha. Now, the way they practice this system in Africa, in West Africa, is different than the way they practice it in the diaspora. So I'm going to explain to you exactly what I mean by that. This is a numerical system. As you can see, these 16 cowrie shells are all facing, we'd say heads up or mouth up. The number 16 in this system is Irete. Now let's say I cast the cowrie shells and I got 8 face up and 8 face down, or 8 mouth up, 8 mouth down. That would be Ogbe. That would be Ogbe. In West Africa, when they go to throw the cowrie shells, they throw it one time. But in the diaspora, like in Santeria, in Lucumi, and other traditions like in Brazil, we cast the cowrie shells 2 times. So if I did divination for someone and I cast the cowrie shells, the first time I got Arete, and I cast a second time and I got Ogbe, then the composite sign would be Irete Ogbe. So you've seen me on this channel talk about casting Dafa, Afa, Fa, divination using the Opuele, the divining chain. This is Irete Ogbe. So if I was going to cast the divining chain for someone in divination and I tossed it, I threw it down, and I got this Odu, this composite sign, that would be Irete Ogbe. But if I was using the cowrie shells, I would have to cast the cowrie shells and get 16 mouth up once, because that would relate to the first leg of the Odu, and then I would have to cast it a second time to get Ogbe, which would be the second leg of the Odu. There are 256 combinations in the Odu Ifa system of divination. 16 times 16 comes to 256. There are 16 primary Odu, the Meiji. They're the twin signs. That's what happens when you throw the Opuele and you get matching legs. Leg number 1, leg number 2. So besides the 16 Meiji, there are the composite signs where one leg is going to be different from the other leg, and that's what creates the 256 combinations. It's not rocket science, but it is. It's a code. It's a binary code. And when Orisha people came from Yoruba land to the Western Hemisphere in the transatlantic slave trade during slavery, the Ifa system, or Babalaos, or a lot of the priests, did not come to the New World immediately. Eventually they did. So the Orisha priest came up with a system using the cowrie shells that mirrored the 256 Odus. Do you understand? So the cowrie shell system is practiced by Orisha priests, while the Opuele is primarily practiced by Babalaos in the diaspora. I hope I'm being clear, and I hope I'm making sense. So basically, these are the only 2 books I am ever going to write about the Orisha or the Ifa system or spirituality. But it is my book set, Ori Guide Me, 256 Meditations on the Holy Odu Ifa, and then Wisdom of the Orishas, which is the Lagoon, the cowrie shell system of divination. And I just wanted to say, you might be asking, well, how did you come up with this material? Like, how did you formulate these books? Well, it's because I like to study, I like to learn, I like to read. I'm autistic. When I get obsessed about something, whether it's a religion or spirituality or divination or some kind of system of philosophy, then I become obsessed with it. And so these books are a synthesis of several different traditions. I'm initiated in multiple traditions. I got scratched in Palo, 21 divisions, Haitian voodoo. I got initiated into Lucumi practices, and then I got initiated in Asheshe in West Africa. So my spirituality around Orisha and Vodun and Ifa doesn't just come from one source or one tradition. It comes from all the traditions, the 7 African powers, okay? Who are the 7 African powers? They're not the Orishas. They are all the priests that were brought during the transatlantic slave trade from Africa to the New World, all the Babalaos and Ianifas, all the Tatas and the Yayas and the Ungans and the Mambos. So if you want to know what lineage the information in my books comes from, it comes from all of them, including the ones in South America, including the ones in Brazil. Candomblé. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because I'm obsessed and this is just my lifestyle. I have an Orisha lifestyle. And I just wanted to take the opportunity to explain to you how the Cowrie shell system works in the diaspora. It's way more complicated than that, but to keep it simple and basic for absolute beginners, that's how it works. Okay, bye.